So I caved in and I watched all of Odd Taxi today. A total of 6 episodes. I think so, right? So let's see what I thought about it. Odd Taxi is a mysterious series that has left viewers wondering and wondering. The layers of mysteries continue to grow, and it's exciting to piece the plot together as it unfolds. I wasn't going to watch this because of potential burnout, and yet I just cannot stop seeing it mentioned a lot in Caved In. The main character, Olokawa, the walrus, is an unapologetic and brutally honest main character. If he disagrees with you, he will tell you off and push you away immediately. He is an expert in reading people and pointing out their contradictions. A very wise character. It's not easy for a person like him to be bought and sold, but he does have a compassionate side, as is sometimes seen towards Shirakawa. Sorry. Shirakawa herself is a 28-year-old alpaca who got with the wrong partner and ended up in debt. Out of desperation, she started robbing medicine from her employer and tricked Orokawa after being told to get close to him. But she confesses she fell in love with him halfway through. Where do the lies and truths begin and end with her? Will Dobu let her go after the deal with Orokawa was made? Orokawa and Shirakawa are a complication themselves. Orokawa finds it hard to open up to her and to show his feelings, but deep down he cares for her. If I could point out one thing I really enjoyed about Odd Taxi, it's its critique of some of the deplorable and degenerate parts of society, modern society. Take for instance Tanaka, the most extreme situation in his case. He started off collecting erasers to make up for his loneliness and unpopularity in school. As a result of this, he uses his father's credit card to purchase a very rare eraser to show off that was never even shipped to him. Regardless, his father beats him for it, and soon he sees the kids had moved on from erasers anyways. It didn't even matter. What a waste of time. He also gets a pet bird that dies. He claims it was old age, but I think he neglected it because of his unhealthy obsession, as I shall explain next. To make the tragedy worse, he gets into Gatcha, which I have talked about before, and how it has greatly contributed towards the bastardization of modern gaming. Gacha games are predatory, badly designed on purpose, take advantage of gambling habits, are essentially terrible low-effort fan fiction of the franchise that you love, and destroy and enslave people. Tanaka himself ends up spending massive amounts of money on one of these free-to-play games. Isn't it ironic that free-to-play games are the most expensive ones? After years of grinding, you can tell it's affecting his health, job, and overall life. He can't focus on his job because of this obsession, and plays for ridiculous amounts of time. And just when he pulls that super rare dodo, he almost gets run over, dropping his phone in water and losing the pool as a consequence. He goes mad and is now going after Orokawa in a psychotic rage in order to kill him for this, for revenge. This is endgame gacha in effect, though obviously exaggerated. Imai represents the consequence of overly obsessing with idle characters. He has spent so much money on them, he can't even pay for things he needs, or lies about not having enough money. After him and Orokawa meet, he manages to win the lottery after using Orokawa's so-called lucky numbers. But he made the mistake of showing off on social media. He may be a dead person walking now. Enter Kakihana. This character is just a mess, a lonely individual that resorts to dating apps. Sadly, and out of lack of self-consciousness, he lies on the app and presents himself as a wealthy person. This leads to him going on a date, but having to lie to impress. He also took out a massive loan to pay for everything. Now he has low cash, huge debts, and can possibly end up getting hunted as a result of being unable to pay. He has been showing trying to gamble to make more money, a terrible idea. How long can he keep up the lies? Yeah, he has no faith in himself. He thinks he's just so pathetic. He has to resort to doing these kind of things. Then there is Kawasawa, who shows how people find all their self-worth in their so-called social media image. He seeks validation by clicks, likes, favorites, comments, going viral. He has lost his real worth and shows the consequences of people who obsess over social media. I think almost everybody that I know in real life is Kabasawa. So this anime touches some very personal subjects, and nobody wants to watch this because the art is ugly. Because it's all animals. I made the mistake of not watching Porco Rosso because I didn't like the cover art. Little did I know you don't judge a book by its cover. And when it came to Odd Taxi, I almost did the same thing again. But then I said to myself, no, I have to watch it. I've heard too much about it. I keep hearing about it. It has to be good. It must be good. And I watched it, and it's one of the best anime that I've ever seen. But do not make that same mistake of not watching something because it looks ugly. Do not make that same mistake I made. As the plot unfolds, a lot of strange happenings occur. Orokawa had an accident. He gets tangled up with a crime syndicate. There is a mysterious person that ran away and lives in his house. Is it the missing girl? A body is shown being thrown into the water with rocks attached to it. The idols are tangled up by their creepy managers. Two comedians are in conflict as one's career grows and the other falls, and so on and so on. Nobu is shown as the criminal who is wanted. Even Kabasawa uses this to go viral as the one that plans to capture him. I am still curious as to what Nobu is really up to, and it is amusing to see him and Odokawa partner up. I think the most bizarre theory right now going around the fans or the viewers is that something is going on with Odokawa's mental health and that everyone is actually human. He is the one somehow seeing everyone as animals. It's peculiar that the animals in this show get uncomfortable when they get called that. There are other odd hints here and there, who knows. Other than that, the writing, dialogue, and humor is high quality. The music is alright. There are some good songs that reoccur in the episodes. It's hilarious seeing Odokawa's brutally honest exchanges with the other characters. That's part of what makes Odd Taxi great. He is a fascinating character. He is very well written. He can also be shocking at times, just at how hard he hits with his words. Another example of a nice dialogue I remember is when Nobu tries to find a weakness to pin at Odokawa. He mentions Shirakawa and Odokawa cracks, but I think it wasn't because of that. It was because he remembers she is still waiting for him, as he is being held at gunpoint at the moment and stalled. Lastly, watching all of the 6 currently available episodes was an amazing experience. This is a short summary of some of the more important parts of Odd Taxi I wanted to talk about. There are still more things to explore, but I like to see more before. For now, the viewers wait until the next episode.